What is up, you guys? We're back with another video. Oh, it smells so good. And we're gonna just do mukbang because there's nothing to do. It was just announced that Hawaii is gonna be closing again tonight at midnight. That kind of just ruins our plans for the rest of the month. That's yours. I mean, that's mine.
Damn, I should have got all steak.
I'm so excited for this because I'm freaking hungry. Okay, we got our food from... I sound like a robot.
We got our food.
Okay, anyways, we got our food from Ono'S. I got steak and shrimp with some Thousand Island dressing.
And I got the steak and fish with
That
no
fish
salad.
Reeks, though.
It does.
I've been smelling it the whole time. I thought it was my shrimp. I didn't want to say anything. Okay, anyway, side note, he's allergic to the shrimps.
Sucks. Never had shrimp in my life. Don't know what it tastes like.
You're about to taste it right now. I'm definitely not gonna eat all of this.
The fish reeks, but it tastes good.
I'm saying that, I'd never try it.
How's the sauce?
Which one?
The Finadeni. Okay. Which one is which?
I think the Finadeni doesn't have the sesame seeds.
Doesn't have?
Doesn't have.
Oh yeah, that's the Finadeni.
Yeah.
I think I was gonna switch to the Korean instead.
Of course.
But I love Finadeni.
So what do you want to talk about?
Whatever. Just talk about how we always talk. We should have recorded our late night talks. I can't even talk.
I don't know, we're like in bed, lights off.
I know.
Okay, something I wanted to talk about, and it was on my mind like literally this whole entire ride, but I didn't want to say it. I wanted to say it while we're eating so we can talk about it, because I felt like we would talk about it already if I was to bring it up, but I already forgot.
I say you don't remember?
Yeah, I don't remember.
If you could move one place in the world that's not in the US and not the Philippines.
It's not even fair.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm just deducting what you know my answer would be. I didn't want to talk about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about like our whole meeting experience, having Madden, and where we're at now. Or like before we met, like early 2015, where did you think that you would be like 5 years from then? Which is like now. Like, where did you imagine yourself to be before we met?
Before we met. It's kind of hard to think about because I don't even remember how it was like before we met. Because we've been together forever.
Like forever, ever.
Forever, ever.
I think it's crazy how things like turned out. Just because like everything that happened to me in 2015 was a lot. Like it was so much. I would have never expected like my life to be the way that it is now. I was living in Korea in 2015. I went to the Philippines twice, went to Japan twice, I moved back to Oregon. And then moved here all in the same year. Then met him. It was like such a stressful time. I just turned 18. I think at the time I really felt like I needed to have my life together because I was 18. So I worked 2 jobs. I don't know. It just didn't work out. I ended up in Hawaii and I didn't want to come to Hawaii.
But that worked out.
5 years later, here I am.
Here you are.
I think a lot of people don't know that I'm not from here.
Because you look.
I look like I'm from here because I'm Filipino.
In Hawaii, there's a lot of Filipinos, man.
I'm full already. I think I would hella suck at mukbangs. What did I say I would eat during like a mukbang? Because I could eat a lot of it. I forget.
What do you eat a lot of? Well, back to what year was it? 2015. I can't think.
In 2015, I was working at Burger King and Walmart at the same time. Oh, I don't even want to start with that. That was such a stressful time for me. Like, I was working all the time. If I wasn't working, I was sleeping. And I don't know, things just didn't work out. When I moved to Hawaii, I wanted to join the Air Force. And I talked to a recruiter on the phone, like just on the phone. And he asked me about my tattoos, and he pretty much just told me I couldn't. He told me I couldn't join. Well, he told me that the job I wanted to go for, like I'd be wasting my time trying to go for it because of my tattoos.
What job was that?
I don't even remember. Oh my gosh, of course this would happen to me.
What branch were you trying to join?
With somebody saying some dumb shit, look at them like this and say, shut.
The Air Force.
Air Force. Oh.
I'm so full. No.
I thought the smell was bothering you.
I'm about to get the itis. I think I'm done. Excuse me. Sorry.
I was working at FedEx. Just didn't have anything planned. I was just going with the flow every day. I really had nothing going on until I met you. I had a plan to move in with my friends. I'm glad that didn't work out. It's pretty boring.
God, you're so boring.
What else am I supposed to say?
Okay, anyways, our whole pregnancy experience. So, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I got pregnant probably like within 2 months of us dating. And it wasn't even planned at all. Like, I think we were so like infatuated with each other that it made us excited. But I think like that excitement wore off hella fast and it just became hella stressful.
Because you really had no support too.
We had no support, like
none at all, man.
I feel like everybody was just like angry with us, which is kind of weird because, you know, we're adults and whatever, but I mean, I didn't have a secure job or anything. Like, I wasn't in school. Food straight up in my cheeks. Wasn't in school, well, I just graduated high school in 2015. But yeah, I don't know, everyone just seemed like hella angry with us. I don't know why, but this man is staring at me.
Oh.
The guy standing there.
Oh, he's with these kids.
Okay, yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, anyways.
Oh, everybody was hating him, or just...
I'm talking... Yeah, make me forget.
Okay, sorry.
So, a lot of people don't know this. I'm sure, like, nobody knows this. But we were actually supposed to break up. Before, like, right before we found out that I was pregnant. Because I feel like we just hella rushed into our relationship, and I don't know. I was getting tired of him. We were together like 24/7 and I needed my space.
You needed your space, and then you told me to come whenever I'll give you that
I was
space.
pregnant. So yeah. So we were like arguing all the time, and then like I wanted to break up. And I've never been in this situation before. So when we started considering us, like, what if I was pregnant, we decided we were gonna try to work it out until we figured out like if I was pregnant. So I think, like, was it the same day? Was it that same day that we were talking about breaking up at the park? Or was it like a few days later?
It was a few days later, because I wasn't there when you took the test.
Yes, you were. You were in the backyard.
I thought you were with Abby.
No, Abby was in the room. I was in the
I was in the backyard.
Why would you say you weren't there?
Because I thought I wasn't there.
Okay, anyways.
Just because I remember you telling Abby first.
Okay, anyways. We were talking about breaking up. Well, I guess I was talking about breaking up. And then I ended up taking a pregnancy test. That same day, we went back to my house. I took the test. And literally, like, the second that test got wet, it said positive. Like, I did not have to wait, 2 minutes or anything. It said positive. And I was, like, freaking out. I, like, started screaming on the inside. I took a picture of it, and then I went straight to my little sister and told her. And I think she was kind of like shocked. She didn't really say much. And then went to tell him. And yeah, I ended up taking like way more pregnancy tests. And like during this time I was trying to get a job on base at the CDC. So okay, this is just gonna end up being like a hella long story. But this is like how I got to my pregnancy test at the doctor. So at the time I really honestly had no idea like how to even set up a doctor's appointments and stuff. And I did have a physical appointment for the job that I was trying to get. And then I just seen that one of the job requirements was to do heavy lifting. So I told the nurse, like, I think I might be pregnant. Like, is this gonna affect like my application for the job? And she's like, oh, do you want to take a pregnancy test? So I did a pee test and a blood test. And then I waited like 30 minutes and I went back to her office and she's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're not pregnant. And like I was hella shook because I was like, I literally took like 7 home pregnancy tests and they were positive. But like at the time that I took that test, I was like, we were already excited, yeah. So it was like I was all emotional, and then I told my mom, like, this is the first time I ever even told my mom I was pregnant. I told her I took home pregnancy tests and they were all positive, and then I went to the doctor and they told me I wasn't pregnant, and then my mom was like, so that was the vibes I got my whole pregnancy. Like, we just did everything together, just us two.
Just by ourselves.
I feel like just our whole entire pregnancy experience, like with Madden, can be a whole ass like 1 hour video of like everything we went through.
So all the doctor's appointments. I'd leave work early to take her. I'll go work late to take her. She would come stay at my job just in the car.
I would sit in the car for hours, like his whole entire work shift. I would just sit in the car, like pregnant as hell. I just hell this bit. Well, yeah, pregnant as hell. And I don't know. He was the only one working. Like, I couldn't work. I was working at Burger King again, but they decided to put me in the kitchen, and I could not. Like, just the smell
Just made you want to puke.
just made me want to throw up. Like, I just wanted to throw up at work. And then yeah, he was the only one working, and he was getting like weekly checks that were just enough to get us by, but like, I don't know, we were just super stressed out.
I can't believe it.
What?
I can't believe we would get by with just that check from
I know.
It's crazy.
But we were really just winging it, and we did it. Like, Madden is gonna be 4, and we're still winging it. I can't believe, like, how traumatizing my pregnancy was, though.
So what was the worst? What was the worst symptom that you got?
I didn't really,
I know which one.
I had the pregnancy rash. Bad. Like, bad. Like, I just had a rash from, like, my ankles all the way up to my thighs, my stomach.
And you still have scabs from it.
Like, yeah, I have, like, I would scratch so bad to the point, like, I have scars. I have, like, literally scratch marks on my legs.
It's crazy.
And on top of that, like, if you don't know what the pregnancy rash is, look it up. On top of that, I had the pregnancy rash on my ankles. And one time we were at the park, and I stepped in that, you know that huge, like, hill of fire ants? And they attacked me exactly where my freaking rash was.
And that made it worse.
It was so bad.
Weren't you... This has nothing to do with being pregnant, but didn't you have the stomach flu during your pregnancy?
Yeah, I had the stomach flu during my pregnancy, and you had the stomach flu.
Oh, mine was different though. It was weird.
I had mine before you.
Yeah.
It was the same. How was yours different?
Because yours were pooping and puking at the
You
same.
were too. Okay, with the Rona taking over everybody's lives, we're gonna think of other stories that we can tell. I don't know.
What?
I feel like it's just gonna be too long. Like, my life is crazy. It's hectic. And it's so much tea.
Still?
Yes.
What?
I'm just kidding, but
We're
just like
chilling now.
our whole, like, we've been together almost 5 years, dude. There's so much that happened in those 5 years that we can talk about, and maybe that's just what we're gonna have to do, since the Rona said to stay home starting at midnight tonight. So I was gonna say, so midnight tomorrow. So this time tomorrow we'll be back with another story time, and back with whatever food you want to eat. The end of the story is we don't know what we're doing, but just go with it.